Hi, I'm Jimbo. Sorry for the low definition. I'm running a lot of things, and I had to down it to get it going smooth. Let's see. So tell us about yourself. I'm Tyler, or Jimbo, whichever you prefer. Whatever. I'm an IT major, network security major here at Germana. I'm also shooting for a handful of certifications, like CCNA. Security Plus. I'd also like to get an A+ certification, but that's about as far behind as I am. As much as I get the hardware components of computers, I'd like to gain a better understanding of how they specifically and physically correspond to like BIOS coding and lower level machine language. So there's that. As far as my schooling and my IT program status. Let's see. My interests, really like, let's leave my interests at IT. There's other stuff I do with my life, but really like I'm trying to gear myself more and more towards this direction. Programming is a lot of what I do for fun, as well as practicing exploits and reading exploit code and stuff like that. I'm a nerd. That's really all there is to it. So let's see. Yeah, IT interests, databasing. I'm a Linux user. I hate Windows. I despise it. I despise Access. I despise all its over-commercialized software. It's just insane. But yeah. For Linux, I use PostgreSQL for anything I need it for, which is mostly, I've been playing with Metasploit a lot and practicing and using and reading about what it can do and like reading the exploits it has. And the framework is coded in Ruby. I don't know a lot of Ruby, but it's very, very similar to Python, so that's going a long way. But you can also I've been reading about the exploits, and a lot of them are like in lower level machine language. A lot of the payloads are in shell script, so I think that's real interesting. I like databasing. I like databases. I like PostgreSQL, and I like the way everything plugs into it. Like particularly with Metasploit and Nexpose and Nmap, where you can just gather and organize everything the way you need to for whatever kind of penetration test or security analysis you're trying to do. Anyway, web. Not a big web designer. I've done web design. I've helped people with their websites before, but I prefer more functional programming. Like I said, I like shell scripting. I like to use Python to basically fill the void that I basically just have issues with a lot of shell scripting, and I use Python to fill in the gaps. And it's really cool the way that works. But I also like crypto programming. I've been trying to write the DES algorithm in Python, mostly to gain a better understanding of what's happening at each level of depth in the encryption algorithm. There's a series of functions involved, and I've been reading about how how each one works, and how brainstorming how you can reverse engineer them to crack data encryption standard ciphertext, and reproduce keys, stuff like that. So anyway, web not so much, programming absolutely. Networks, yeah, I love it. I love networking. Love networking engineering, that sort of thing. I love the classes, the Cisco classes here at Germana. I think they're all real interesting, and I think Mr. Miller, if you ever take them from him, he knows what he's talking about. Like he's a smart teacher, and talks about a lot of really, really interesting stuff. Like it's pretty much all like transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So it's real lower level coding, and it's real lower level operating. Security, yeah, I like security. Like I said, I've got a lot of experience with Metasploit. I just playing around with it. Yeah, I can see myself working in the security field too. I definitely like that. Long way to go with it, but it's all, it's all there. Teamwork skills. I've never programmed with other people. I've built networks with people, and I've practiced exploits, stuff like that with people before, but I've never actually coded with people. I've never teamed up with someone else to try to build a computer or anything like that. So I'm still, you know, there's some areas I'm a bit more unfamiliar with than others, but I'm a pretty good team worker, you know. And presentation, I'm not a great communicator or presenter, but I have energy and enthusiasm. That's what I bring to the table, and I have good technical skills. I'm smart. I'm very logical. See, experience creating or posting online presentations. You know, I've watched other people's online presentations, and like people on like IRC, they'll have Google Hangout links where they'll have presentations on like basically public and free classes on AI or robotics or stuff like that, and it's real fun to watch. It's really interesting, and you know, most of the people are really, really smart. So yeah, that's about my experience. I've watched other people's presentations live, but and I've also like watched some on YouTube. A lot of people, you know, there's a lot of tutorials on there that teach you some very, very interesting stuff, and basically, you know, some of it even just straight spoon feeds it to you. This is how it works, this is what you do, whatever. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm Linux all day, so like my available software for a lot of things is not very software libraries for Linux for a lot of video presentations, stuff like this is not too high quality, not very wide, but anyway, it's all there. You know, I know enough to get it all done, and I've got the components to get it all done. That's what I bring to the table. Anyway, that's my presentation. Good to meet everyone. Miss Sutton, good to see you again. I look forward to this class. Sorry I missed the first one. I'll be at the rest. Anyway, yeah. Adios.